Hi friends, I am Asmitha.
Welcome to my channel.
Some people are hesitant to make the transition because of their age. This transgender woman transitioned in her 40s and said she was free from the feeling that she was living the wrong life. Here's her story.
Naia Ooi is a 44-year-old transgender woman from Mexico. She began her transition at the age of 40. Gender transition can be easier for younger women. She knows that starting a transition at 40 is not easy, but she started her journey with the belief that we shouldn't let that stop us from living our lives as our true selves. She started HRT with pills in 2021. They weren't satisfying for her. Her levels were always too low, so she switched to injections. They worked wonders. She achieved results gradually and steadily because she was very consistent in her exercise routine. Through her transformation, she was freed from the feeling that she was living a false life. When she tells her experience, "This is just from my personal experience, but I transitioned at 40. I am 44 now and I couldn't be happier with who I am and the life I now lead. When I started my transition, I was very depressed and overweight. I am 5 feet 7 inches and back then weighed almost 200 pounds. Coming out is not easy. It brings about distress and anxiety to many of us. That being said, only you can decide when and if you come out. This isn't a race either, and it is better if you do it when and if you feel safe and ready to do it. I'm 44 and I waited many years because I wasn't ready either. I never bought any gender-affirming clothes until I turned 40 and began exploring gender-neutral apparel. So, it is never too late to start. As for how you feel when someone calls you different pronouns than you'd like to be called or identified by, it does hurt, particularly if you know that is not who you truly are. Then again, if you have not told them, it is difficult for anyone to just assume you don't like being called in a certain way. Regarding losing weight, I tried the same when I was 39 and lost a lot of pounds, went from almost 200 pounds to 160 just by working out, but that still didn't do the trick for me. The person in the mirror wasn't really me. Now I see myself in that reflection and I couldn't be happier. In my case, once I decided to take the step, talk to mental health providers, to my family and friends, eventually co-workers, it was like tons were lifted off my shoulders and those negative thoughts I had lived with for years all disappeared, she said. She changed her name to Naia. It came from the Naiad. Naiads were among the creatures she most wanted to study. One of the meanings of Naiad is to flow. She felt that it suited her. I do not believe there is such a thing as transitioning too late in life. If you strongly feel like transitioning and living life as your real self, then wouldn't it be better to transition, even if it is later in life, than not doing it and regretting it later on and maybe even be bitter about it? Only you can decide when or whether you transition or not, but always take care of yourself. You are valid and loved, and this community will support you whether you decide to take the step or not, she told women who hesitated to change because of their age. I hope you like this video. For more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys for watching this video.